I mean, for the owner, it's something we live and die by, because debt service coverage ratio, DSCR, is very simply the bank looking at your net operating income and seeing whether or not you can pay your debt. I mean, it's really that simple. And most banks, when you take out a loan, most banks put a covenant in the loan docs that say,
it's a rule, yeah.
Right, a rule that you have to comply with, that you have to have at least X as a debt service coverage ratio. It's not unusual for X to be 1.3, 1.25. So you have to have at least, let's say, 1.25 times whatever your debt number is. So, you know, simply said, if your debt's $1 million, you have to have at least $1,250,000 projected in NOI. And if you fall beneath that, you are now out of compliance with your loan, and lenders can do all sorts of things. I mean, they can put you in a situation that's called a cash trap, where every single dollar the hotel makes goes into their money and you don't get to see it. And so it becomes, you know, really, really important, especially today. And I'll tell you why today, because we're in this kind of trough. I mean, we all know the hotel business is very cyclical, right? And we happen to be at this very moment in a trough, you know, a little bit of a downturn. And I was thinking about it. One of the reasons that it's so different is because no one expected it. No one saw it coming. No one anticipated it. We kind of got into this situation where, you know, all of a sudden, you know, we have tariffs, we don't have tariffs. You know, Doge says the government's spending too much money, so all of a sudden the government stops traveling. Anyway, right, wrong, or indifferent, I'm sure there's plenty of waste in the government. I'm not going to debate that. But wrong, right, or indifferent, basically it's taken the hotel business and put it into a trough where right now, you know, whether it be international travel, whether it be especially Canadian coming to the US, whether it be government travel, even business travel, people just are not traveling like they were last year. Hotels in most cases are barely hanging on to their last year's numbers, if not below. Many are below. So going back to DSCR, right? If your revenues are going down, but in this hold period we've been in, right? And we've kind of gone through a protracted hold period because of COVID. In many instances, the debt you initially took out when you bought the hotel was, let's say, 4%, and today it's 8%. So you've got declining debts, you've got, declining revenues, and you've got increasing debt, which it is not a good thing. And so the bank is, yeah, I know. It sounds like, you know, should be obvious. But anyway, the point is the bank makes you test your debt service coverage ratio every 3 months. And if you're not in compliance, you may have to pay down the debt, which, you know, that's not fun. You may have to, you know, like I said, they may take your cash from you. So anyway, debt service coverage ratio is just something that's really critical to owners. And this is something that hotel leaders don't typically understand what that means and why it is so important.